Hi, thank you again for joining me. My name is Dwayne from Quikbiz Education, and today we're going to be looking at the Bcg Matrix, Boston Consulting Group Matrix. So this is a matrix that is used to get a better understanding of a product portfolio. And today we're going to be using the Apple product portfolio mix, just to highlight how the Bcg matrix works. In the Bcg matrix, we're looking at the market growth, whether or not it's a market that is of high growth or low growth. All right, low, high, and then we look at the relative market share, whether it's high or low. So with the Bcg matrix, there are four quadrants. You have the stars, you have the question marks, the cash cow, and you have the dogs. So you're really just comparing the y-axis with the x-axis and to see how the products are actually organized within the portfolio for a company. This can be done for Apple, it can be done for Coca-Cola, it can be done for General Electric, any company with more than one products. You can use this to understand how to compare the market growth in comparison with the market share. So the first one that we're looking at is the stars. When we talk about stars products, what we're saying is that these products are in a market that with high growth, and also the market share is high. So when we look at iPhones and the Apple Watch, then we can say that they are in a market where there is high growth. People are getting more phones, people want more smart watches, and for Apple we could say they have high market share because people prefer these iPhones rather than Android phones. And for the question mark, this is where now you have high market growth with low market shares. So Apple TV and Apple Music, they are in a market with high growth, but in their portfolio, Apple TV would be low in terms of the market shares because there are numerous television makers with different brands, a lot. So they are really low growth, low share in that area, even though it's a high market growth. For the cash cow, the cash cow is where you're in a market with low growth but high market share. At cash cow, you're making the money from this. All right. Here I have the MacBooks. Computers, laptops, PCs, these are a market that is really not growing so much because more and more people now have computers, but for Apple, they are in the high market shares. I think a research was done to see the type of computers that laptops that university students used, and the research actually showed that most students preferred having a MacBook or Pro or Air or whatever. They prefer having a computer from Apple. Okay, and then the last one is what we consider to be dogs, right? These are products in a low market growth sector industry, and also with low market shares. So iPads, that is not really growing so much because you have tablets and things that you can do on the iPad. You can also do it on your computer or on your cell phone. So it's not a market that is growing so much. And with Apple, they're also having a low market share in iPads because there are other things. People will just prefer, rather than having three different devices, iPad, iPhone, MacBook, I mean, people will probably not take the iPad, but would rather go with the iPhone or rather go with a computer. So this is really the BCG matrix explained in simple terms. All right. So you have to remember the stars, question mark, cash cow, and dogs. All right. Thanks again for watching. And remember, if you want to support something like this, you can just follow the description in the information in the link below. All right. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day. Ciao.